immigration has played a large role in your life. Do you agree with Pope or Trump on their immigration policies?
Well, yeah. No, I don't think it's a realistic plan. I don't think we have one immigration problem. I think we have 3 immigration problems. Number 1, we are the most generous country in the world on immigration. Do you realize that every year 1 million human beings become Americans, immigrating here legally and permanently? 1 million. There isn't a country in the world that comes close to that number. And yet, despite the fact that we're so generous, people are still coming illegally every year. Between 600,000 and 1 million people are apprehended every year for coming illegally. Number 2, of those 1 million people that come every year, they come primarily on the basis of whether or not they have a relative living here. That's a completely outdated model. And number 3, you have millions of people already here illegally, some who have been here for a very long time. We have to fix all 3 of them. You cannot fix all 3 of them at once. The only way you can fix this issue is, first and foremost, the key that unlocks everything is bring illegal immigration under control. And we can do that. We know what it takes to do that. It takes mandatory e-verify. It means fencing in a wall in key sectors of the border. It means more personnel assigned to this. It means an entry-exit tracking system to prevent visa overstays. Because, by the way, over 40% of the people here illegally come legally. They come on a 90-day visa or 120-day visa. It expires and they stay. We don't even know who they are. We only log you in. We don't log you out. It's like a hotel that checks people in but never checks you out. So we don't even know who they are. We have to do all of those things and bring illegal immigration under control. Prove it to people. Not just pass a law to bring illegal immigration under control. Do it and show people the results. If we're able to do that, step 2 is we have to modernize our legal immigration system. What that means is that in the 21st century, when someone comes here permanently, it's on the basis of what can you do? What skills do you have? What business are you going to start? What work are you going to be doing? And more importantly, are you coming to live in America or are you coming to be an American? And that has to be the criteria for legal immigration in the 21st century. Because the world has changed and our economy has changed. I think if we do those 2 things, then people will be very reasonable about what do you do with someone who's not a criminal. If they're a criminal, they cannot stay. Someone who's not a criminal, who's been here 20 years and is going to learn English and pay a fine and start paying taxes and wants a work permit. I think people will be reasonable about that. But not until the other 2 things are done first. And if we don't fix this problem, in 10 years, it won't be 11 million people. It'll be 22 or 25. And we'll still have an outdated model of immigration, and we'll still have more people coming illegally every time there's conflict or crisis anywhere in the world. We have to be serious. They've been talking about this for 30 years. When Ronald Reagan passed that law in 1986, there were 3 million people here illegally. And because they didn't do it the right way, 3 million led to 11 or 12 million. And that's the problem that we're now facing, maybe more. We don't know accurate numbers in that regard. That has to be dealt with. The longer this goes on, the harder it's going to be to fix. We do have to do it. We've been talking about it for far too long. It's time to do something about it. I believe that. I think it's an important part of what this country needs to confront, both from a security perspective and an economic one as well.